Get my good side.
You got your light on. Your light on. That's good.
Well, I don't know how to turn it off, so it's good.
All right, are you ready to start?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so. Fast reading. All right, let's pretend it's 500 years ago. You are a young member of the Cherokee tribe. You're living somewhere in the southeastern United States. It'll be 20 years before DeSoto makes contact with your tribe. So you don't even know Europeans even exist. So what's your life like? Well, I am a member of the Eastern Band of Cherokee Indians. So the people that we're discussing here are my ancestors, and they lived this way. Cherokee history is part of U.S. history. Even though it was pre-Columbian, it's still part of our history, and that's why it's important. So, Cherokee culture was organized into what we call a clan system. It also was organized under a matrilineal society, which is through the maternal line. So today, I will inform you about the clan system and how the Cherokee were a matrilineal society. According to the Encyclopedia Britannica, the matrilineal society is a kinship system that is based on your maternal line. So your mother, your mother's mother, and so on through history. And this has vast impacts on everyday life, from where you live, your family, your children. So everything is impacted by being a matrilineal society. The United States now is a patrilineage, meaning that your line is through your father. An example of that would be you're taking your father's last name when you're born. So, how did this shape Cherokee culture? Well, a number of ways. According to ethnologist James Mooney, women were the head of household in the Cherokee society. They still are in some cases. If you were to separate from your husband, the house, your belongings, children were all yours. He got nothing. Maternal uncles played a more important role in the children's lives than the father did. And when you got married, the husband would move to live with or near the wife's family. So, now that you understand how the Cherokee was a matrilineal society, we'll discuss what had an equal influence, and that was clan membership. There were 7 clans in the Cherokee tribe. There might have been more further in the past. You can think of these as sub-tribes, kind of like your shift is part of a department, part of the sheriff's department. They're just subgroupings of the Cherokee. And your clans were determined by your mother's membership. So whatever clan that your mother belonged to, that was yours. So how did this affect daily life? Well, a number of ways. According to William McGowan, who wrote Cherokee Renaissance and the New Republic, one of those ways was marriage. You were not allowed to marry into someone who was your mother's clan or your father's clan. To do so was considered incest and was punishable by death. Another thing was revenge killing. If you were to kill somebody, even by accident, the members of that other clan, of the person you killed, then had a right to kill a member of your clan. It didn't even have to be you, even if it was your father. It didn't have to be you. It could be anybody who was a member of your clan. And that provided a balance and an equalization. So those are 2 pretty big things. Clan membership determined your purpose in society. So we'll now explore the clans in greater detail. I'm going to provide you with the Cherokee pronunciation as well as the English translation. So first, we have the Wild Potato Clan, Ani-gi-tu-gi-wi, and they were the gatherers. They were the keepers of the land. The wild potato was the most important foodstuff, so you consider that a yam or a sweet potato. And so they got their own clan named after them. Next, we have the Long Hair Clan. That was Ani-go-li-hi. And they had elaborate hairdos, as you might have guessed. And they were the peacemakers. So the peace chiefs usually came out of this clan. Also, anyone who was adopted or a prisoner of war usually was adopted into that clan. The Deer Clan was Ani-kawi, and they were the hunters and gatherers. They protected the animals of the forest, and they were also the messengers between villages. Next we have the Blue Clan, Ani Sahuni, and they were the medicine people for children. They kept children well. And the medicine was actually a blue color, so that's how the tribe got, or the clan got its name. Ani Wahayi was the Wolf Clan, and the war chief usually came from this clan. It was also the biggest clan. And they were considered protectors. And next we have Ani Wodi, the Paint Clan. They were medicine people. They developed medicine for the tribe, both, herbs and so forth like that, for adults, not for children. The last one is Ani Tisikiwa. That is the bird clan. This is my clan, actually. And they were the messengers. They were messengers between the people and the creator. The Cherokee believed that the birds were the messengers, and so the people on the bird clan were responsible for interpreting those messages and protecting the birds. And they also were the only ones who were able to collect eagle feathers or present those to members of the tribe. So, now you know a little bit more about Cherokee society and how the clan system and the matrilineal system helped shape it and influence their daily lives. So even though we are now 500 years from that person who we talked about in the introduction to the present, this is still important because the traditional ways are now being extinguished, and there are very few people who even know what their clan is or even practice the traditional ways. So even though you may not have Cherokee in you, you're helping to keep it alive by knowing this. So that is it. Thank you.